Recording has begun. Enjoy, guys.
Okay, so setting is on way to Mouse. Hana, Mindy talking about a thing that is pointedly not the problems Hana's currently dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Sir Hamslot will be standing in for Grim.
So then Hana would come and find Mindy. Probably. How many days did we have?
2.
Well, when we got to Mouse, but before we got there, we woke up from shock.
I think usually it's like at least half a week.
Like half a week, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So I think it's before they got to Mouse proper, but like really close to before they got it.
Yeah. After whatever other significant RAM RPs that you've had, that might change things.
Oh, those happened a while. That happened before the Morgan left.
Oh, concerning.
Yeah. So
You done fucked up, bitch.
So Hana will find Mindy. Probably in one of their formal just hangouts. So probably sometime when they're just fucking vibing.
So some people have established PvP zones. They have established social zones.
They have established social zones. The downstairs engineering is an established social zone. The hallway on the 3rd floor, like right by the elevators, is an established social zone. And then the cafeteria is an established social zone. I would say those are the 3 primary ones, with a couple every now and again. I may run into you, and I may start conversation like a lawless creature.
If it's urgent, Hana will be pulled into a closet.
Just like, Hana!
No, it's like, Hana.
Dad?
Let's go!
But that isn't one of these times. It'll probably actually be during let's go with a lunch. So Hana would join Mindy during one of their eating periods, probably. And he'd take a seat and start off good, good evening, Mindy.
Hi.
How are you this day? Night, cycle, whatever you...
When's the last time you slept?
Me? Give or take. 12 hours.
You know what? For one, that gets a pass.
It isn't absurd. My cycles are rather consistent, I assure you.
I know. It's still just better than, 16 hours, 17, 19, 20.
24, 30.
Binges, like, someone else does.
A certain Flynn, perhaps?
Who's that? Anyway.
The first empathy check is made. Who's that? Oh no. I should have set this up ahead of time. Alright, let's see here. 2 successes.
Say the name Finn. There's it's the who's that of a ha ha. Like Finn's like a huge joke.
Oh.
Like you say the name Finn and they have the same reaction as one would to a huge joke.
So like less than dirt, kind of.
Like, you know what? Mean Girls.
Regina fucking George. Okay, got it. Got it. And Hana will see that and just kind of raise a brow, but let it go for now. And he'll continue and say, yes, of course. And yourself, you're getting enough sleep? You don't look terribly tired.
I mean, obviously, I never work more than 6 hours in a row, usually. And I always sleep at least 6 hours in a row.
So, is the 6 hours your
So
work
at
or
the
your
very
sleep?
least, like, I balance myself, so if I do, 6 hours of work, I don't do more than that. I have at least 6 hours of sleep. So that's 12 hours for me to do other things like tinker. If I do overtime, then it's not going to be part of the continuous 6 hours.
Right. But no one's doing overtime right now. As far
Well,
as
I
I'm
mean,
aware.
sometimes, that one time when we woke up out of cryosleep and then we had to go over repair bits on the outside of the ship. Yeah.
You mean the spacewalk?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not doing that again.
Don't jinx it, Hana.
It isn't jinxing it. I'm not jinxing it. If it happens again, I'm not doing it.
Okay, you know what? There.
That was terrifying.
Yeah.
Trent, why didn't Trent go out? You think, the head engineer could maybe get off his ass for a second and do it? He's been spacewalked before.
Honestly, I don't remember. I didn't question it at the time. I was still grouchy from trying to sleep.
Oh, well, I questioned it. I still question it. Nonetheless, I digress. He takes
My
a
evening's doing well.
bite. Good. That is good.
And yours?
I'm feeding myself. I'm staying healthy. Taking a break. And not that I'm doing much working these last few days, if I'm honest.
I mean, I don't think anyone's really feeling work after, that shit.
No need to talk about it. It's behind us now. But finally we'll be back at Mouse. That's a good thing.
I mean, yeah, it's a good thing.
I know you're not as much a fan of Mouse, but
No.
it's a good
I was just
station.
thinking, I know we already had a vacation recently, but after, dealing with that shit, I'd really like to go on another vacation before the company sends us out immediately onto another job, because, come on, man. Hazard pay. Give us another, at least a week on a nice planet.
I don't think we made enough to justify it. But that doesn't matter. I'm going to talk to Melv, see if there's something can be worked out. We need to plan it. Again. Maybe we don't, but I think others on the ship could benefit.
Yeah, especially what happens on the site. Because, man, that was fresh bullshit right there. I can still smell it. Too fresh.
Well, it's just happened recently, child. That would be why it is fresh in your brain. But in the relation to that,
Yes.
I actually had something I needed to talk to you about.
Should I be concerned?
No. It isn't any cause of concern or things like that. It is actually in relation to something we spoke about previously.
They stopped going for the show.
Does he know there's a shiv in their boot?
They told him where it is in their cog, not when they're in civilian clothes.
Does he have an inkling that it'd be the shiv, though?
Well,
What if I empathied? What if I empathied 3 successes? Why are you going for the shiv, Mindy?
no, it's just an assuring, yeah, that's still there.
3 successes.
No, it is.
That's it. That's assuring.
Yeah, that's
They're like, yeah,
it's
during this
so
conversation, I'd like just to make sure my knife is on me.
well, I mean, just in case if Hana says something that I need to start planning. Anyway, continue.
So, yeah, you get the look from Hana like,
They resume holding grin.
you see, when we were in a rather dire situation, I said some things that I'm not going to
You tell
say.
me your friend.
I'm not going to say I regret. But I've had a conversation recently, and I think we should revisit this topic. I'm not rescinding it. Let's just make that clear. I'm not rescinding anything. This is a very difficult topic for me to talk about. I'm trying to.
I can tell. What do you want to say about it?
I was made aware. While I do not like you know why I don't like using it. I can't get in other people's heads. I can't assume it's not a reliable method, and everyone else who uses it is because they're culture and because they're making assumptions. But it's come to my attention that some people aboard this ship evidently think of me as such as yourself, being that you did say it, and I did metaphorically spit in your face. I think that's a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
I've realized that conversation is about as close as it gets to the other party providing valuable feedback to myself concerning friendship.
Mm-hmm.
So, all in all, I suppose what I am trying to say is that due to this, should your opinion remain the same as it was previously, of which I am now giving you that opportunity to correct that data.
No, the current data is correct.
Okay. And I certainly don't mind your presence, and I respect you greatly. So, by the definition of the word and the data provided,
Mm-hmm.
I cannot deny that we are technically friends. That is it. I felt that I needed to say it more formally. Last time it was a bit haphazard. I felt like I owed it to you in the case that terrible things took place.
Do you want to get it in writing?
Your opinion?
Well, I mean, like, the whole, like, establishment of this in, like, writing. So, like, you can have something to, like, print out, frame, memorialize.
I think this is something you would memorialize, not as much me.
No, this is something that I would shove in your face.
You can't shove it in my face. I just cleared the air, Mindy.
Yes. But just in case, if you ever got moody, then I could pull out the friend status.
No, I will take your opinion in writing as a proof of, reciprocate.
Or if you ever doubt that that is in fact different, or that you are under the wrong impression,
Right.
then you would have physical proof.
Exactly. Yes, and then I can compare and contrast, and should something change on my end, I can let
I will
you
update the
know.
requisite form.
Yes. Out of character for a second. Fucking hell. Okay. Exactly. Glad we could have this chat.
So, Hana, since you have now formally acknowledged it, I am going to need something from you.
You're going to need something from me.
Yeah.
Which is... Oh. Very well. Okay, I see.
I didn't say you could go. Okay, you can let go. I know you're still getting used to this.
To a hug?
No. To friendship.
Now let's not push it too... Yeah, maybe I'm still getting used to it. But it's been acknowledged. That's a step in the right direction. I'm sure. Don't go encouraging others to...
Oh, hell no.
Thank you. I don't need that.
Oh, hell no. I fought for this.
You made your stance very public. And I was able to then use that, looking back at it, because sometimes in the moment, the data's a bit lost, it's not collected, it's not...
It was a very
obvious.
overt expression of my opinion.
Yes, and opinions aren't always what is needed. But it comes to my attention that this is literally a matter of opinion.
Yes. Human relationships are ultimately subjective.
That's so fickle.
Well, yeah, but people are fickle. No one can ever be truly objective. Like, honestly. No, because here's the thing, though. Everyone grows up different.
Right.
Everyone gets exposed to different things. Everyone has different experiences and different life. And a different life. And I don't think it's possible for anyone to, like, completely remove themselves from everything that made them as a person in order to make a decision objectively.
I think Lauren can.
Yeah, but it's literally her job.
That doesn't change anything.
Also, like, personally, I don't know enough about Lauren to weigh whether or not it's objective or subjective for her. But what I'm saying is, I don't think... Anyway, it boils down to, yes, it's fickle because it's super subjective, because relationships are built between people. And so we decide on how we feel.
Right.
Yes. And feelings, as you are aware, can be incredibly annoying.
Difficult is a better word, I think.
Well, okay. They can fluctuate.
Yes.
Very quickly.
Very much.
Very easily.
Yes.
Without any impetus, even.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So, I will let you know if anything ever changes.
Fantastic. I would like it in writing.
1 second. Grim will send you Grim has sent you an email.
Perfect. Very well, then I think this...
No, come on. What else you got on your mind, Hana? You can tell me.
This isn't what that's about.
But we're friends, Hana.
You're immediately going to use that.
Well, yeah! Because we're friends!
No, I'm
You know who else is my friend on here?
Who?
Rye.
She's actually the reason I came to talk to you.
And this is why Rye is the best.
And so she made it. I'm not gonna give her the up. Nope. Never mind.
I won't tell her.
Promise.
Promise.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. I won't tell her if she doesn't ask.
That's
But
as good as useless.
I don't. I'm not going to expressly outright tell her. But if she asks,
I need the woman not to have any ammunition against
okay,
me.
I won't. Okay, I won't give her ammunition.
But you'll give her what? You're talking around
Oh.
it.
I'm just saying that I think that if she heard about this, she would be like happy for you, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But I'm also aware of how Rye can be, so I'll phrase it in a way. If it comes down to it, but she won't be able to use it against you.
How would you phrase it?
Well, no, you haven't even told me yet.
I'm sorry.
I didn't got anything to go on.
Okay. No, we just had a brief conversation in which I checked in on how she was doing following events as they were.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, we went into it. We got into it again. The whole, what's your opinion, what's my opinion, how what I do is offensive or too much sometimes, and how it's difficult to read, and how it can come off, and other things.
Man, that was the most extravagant eye roll that I've ever seen you do.
It's not unnecessary given the context. I was doing my best to be understanding. Which from me,
It says a lot about how much you hold Rye in regard that you would even try to be understanding with her. Am I right?
well, let's not put it that way, but yes.
At the very least, you have some respect for her opinion.
Yes. Generally, I can respect her opinions. But we got into the conversation about the whole friendship, and she brought that point up to me that I can rest assured she believes we are. That just never occurred to me one could just assure another of that. Like, that's my hang up.
I mean,
for it.
I told you that I thought of us as friends.
I'm aware you told me. But it didn't.
It didn't click however Ryan said it.
It's not that. You provided me with it, but I wasn't applying it. I wasn't looking for that. I wasn't looking to see how it was from both sides. I don't think I was in the wrong, but I do think that there was a different viewpoint I was missing.
So, what did the conversation with Rye go?
Oh, it just... She said I was a lot more emotional. I don't know if that's necessary. What is that face?
I'm listening.
I just... I don't know what to say. I just...
Look. Hannah, I'm listening.
Yet I'm aware.
LOC. I'm also sending a message to Rye that just has a thumbs up.
And I respect and believe that should she tell me the truth, it is as such. And so if she assures it, then it is. And I just need to trust that, I suppose. And it occurred to me that that can be applicable over other venues, other variables, such as yourself. So, here we are. You don't need the rundown of our entire conversation to get the point.
I get it. Whatever I said worked.
I've already said, it's not whatever she said, it was literally just what I said to you, pretty much.
And she got you in a headspace that made you think about saying it to me.
I suppose.
Mm-hmm. It's just they go from this to
Oh, you're my friend as well, Mindy. Well, well, let me know when I can leave.
So what else is on your mind?
On my mind. You're talking to me as if you're the arbiter.
I'm talking to you as if I'm your friend, and I'm like concerned about what's going on
Well,
and how you're doing in general. And also, Grim definitely got this time that you saying that you're my friend.
you have an issue with recording things.
No, it's attached to the file. What I'm sending you, because I also sent it.
Oh, okay. So,
Mhm.
okay.
So there's a
I
transcript.
see. I understood. Okay. That I can accept. I don't. What else is on my mind? Well, I suppose I should ask. What is on yours earlier? I'm not turning it around. This is related.
Mm-hmm.
Flynn. You had a profound reaction to the
I wouldn't really
medicine.
say a profound reaction. I just don't really give a
profound
shit.
lack of reaction.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That wasn't a thing before. What's changed?
I don't give a shit about him anymore.
Okay, why?
So how would you feel if you told someone to not do something that was like stupid and they went and did it anyway, and then what they did ended up hurting one of your closest friends?
So you know.
Yes, I know. And before it happened, I had in fact expressly gone to him and said, "Hey, Finn, you shouldn't do this." And he was like, "I just need 30 minutes to myself, Mindy. Just 30 minutes of peace and quiet." So that was bullshit. So
Jesus.
and then when I confronted him about it later, he was just like sniveling and wallowing, and like, I can't deal with that. I can't deal with people like Finn. He's the kind of person that if this was my home planet, You have definitely been like pickpocketed, robbed, and left in some alley to wander around to like lost child services within like an hour.
A doormat.
See, doormats are useful because you can use them to clean off your shoes.
You think he's less than that?
He's just sniveling up. He's just like, I just don't want to deal with it anymore.
I see.
Like, I'll talk to him for work. I've already talked to Ram about this. But other than that, it's just like, when you fuck up, if you fuck up and you just like curl up and cry about it, okay, I can understand if you're doing that for a bit because you fucked up. But if you fuck up and then you stay curled up and crying about it, like, come the fuck on.
It's been less than a week. Not to provide the devil's advocate, but I believe in this situation, it must be applied.
The point still stands that I told him not to do it.
That point does still stand.
And after like previous things that we have spoken on the topic of that particular individual, my patience is like gone.
He spoke to you about what he saw?
No, actually, he didn't even try to justify himself. Actually, no. Yeah, here's the thing. He's just like taking it. I have no clue what he saw.
I see.
I don't care what he saw because when I talked to him about it, he was just like, oh, okay. Go ahead. Punch me. Yes, I punched him. Not that hard.
Still unjustified.
By your standards, you shot my best friend.
He wasn't correct in the shooting, you're not correct in the punch. Eye for an eye leaves the world blind.
Anyway, Hana. He's not going to do anything about it. I don't want to deal with that. Whatever's going on with him, he needs help. I'm not going to be the person to help him because I can't deal with that. He just like,
Cycling.
yes. That.
I see.
Maybe if I was a better person, I'd help him, but
it's not your duty to help him.
Exactly.
Just be sure you're not further harming him either.
I'm not going to. I'll work with him professionally. I'm just not going to bother talking to him outside if I can help it. We didn't even talk that much anyway.
And nothing gained, nothing lost.
Exactly. I don't give a fuck anymore, basically.
Have you heard how Gunn is handling?
Mm-hmm.
How is she?
Well, she's picking up and moving on.
That's the... I got that sense as well. I don't think she wishes to.
Yeah, I know. She doesn't wish for any for something for Finn to be punished or whatever, or feel bad.
Address it.
Yes. So I'm not going to.
Correct.
I have said my piece. I have imparted my words. And I'm now going to fuck the hell right off from that.
I see.
I will take care of Rye. However she needs. Finn is not my responsibility.
He is a functioning adult. He doesn't need to be your responsibility.
Okay, correction. He's not in the circle of people that I feel like I should like check in regularly and make sure that they're still alive, healthy, and happy.
I'm not asking you to, so that's
I'm just
fine.
clarifying what I mean by responsibility because
Right.
it's something that I choose, not something that someone else is telling me.
It is a service you impart to others.
I wouldn't say service, but it's like, if I like you, I'm gonna make sure that you're good.
A service.
That sounds so formal.
It is exactly what it is. It is an act that you do for another person.
Because I like them.
That isn't outside of the wording of it, yes.
Service makes it sound like it's work.
Are you not doing work to reach out? I, for one, find it extremely strenuous.
I think that then boils down to what we define as work.
Perhaps.
Because, like, to me, that's not work. It's just, like, a part of being a friend. It's just friendship.
You're adding definition to friendship.
No.
where-
Me. That's me. That's how I, like, treat my friends.
Mhm.
I take care of them.
I see.
And it's not work, because I associate work with, like, doing stuff on the Rossi.
You can tell that he purposely holds back a little bit of words.
What you not saying?
And not just that it is upon the Rossi of which this would take place, but I know that
stuff
this
that
is
I-
applicable.
The stuff that I do in the capacity of my position on the Rossi.
Right.
It's like things that I do as Mindy the drone operator is different than things I do as Mindy the friend. Sometimes they can overlap, but pretty much work for me is stuff I do as a drone operator.
You segregate the two venues.
Pretty much. Like, it's like that's work. The rest of it is just like me doing stuff.
It's a strange way to approach your duties, but
You get it though, right? Or you understand where I'm coming from, right?
I understand what you are saying. I do not personally.
But you're able to understand
Relate.
what I'm saying.
Yes,
Yes, that's what's important. I don't expect you to relate.
I don't.
Yeah. We've only sent the first contract.
Correct.
Sorry, not contract. We've only sent the first form.
Clause.
Yes.
Yes. I suppose for me it's all an extension of itself. Not the clause. The service is work. Work is an action that you do. An action that you do is. Everything serves a purpose, one way or another. Everything is work to me.
I don't get it.
It is a great motivator, I find. It keeps one from dawdling.
From what?
Dawdling.
Oh.
You wake in the morning, you sleep so you have enough energy to complete whatever task you have set for the day. On the Rossi, they are rather set in their function. For most of you. For me, it is whatever I want it to be.
Senior position on the ship.
To have enough energy, you must sleep. To wake up, you must have a set time or at some point. Then once you do so, a morning routine I find is most helpful. And all of that drives you forward to a goal. Why am I getting up? Why am I moving forward? What is it I'm achieving that day, that month, that year?
Ah, I get it. You like for you like everything's like about a purpose,
Goals.
goals.
Yes,
Not for me.
I figured as much. Very
I do what I want.
loosey-goosey. Yes. I could not begin to fathom how you do anything or get anything done.
I want to do something, so I do it.
I mean,
And
yes.
yeah, but like, so like, I get up at 9, work till 12, hour break, 1 to 4, dedicated. I'm doing stuff that are tasks that are needed for the ship, that are related to the ship, that are related to things that are done with the Rossi and for the Rossi in general. After that, I'm doing stuff because I'm doing stuff with the goal of, to use your terms, having fun, taking care of myself, and making sure others are being taken care of.
I see. So what's the difference? Your work.
Because I don't think about like the goal. I don't think of it like this. I'm doing this so that this can happen. I think like I'm gonna check in with Ram because I want to talk to Ram and see how he's doing, but not for like any big reason. I talked to Ram because we talked earlier. I talked to him because I still consider him my friend. I talked to you because I consider you my friend, and I like actively go and talk to you.
Right.
Like, in my opinion, it doesn't build into anything bigger. It's just because I like you. So I want to talk to you.
I see.
So, because I like you, I want to make sure you're doing good. And I want to be there for you.
Right.
And then other times, like, well, I want to upgrade Grim. Because I like tinkering with Grim. I like tinkering.
Right.
That's not work.
Because you enjoy it.
Yeah, but it's also, like, not really done with a very specific purpose. I'm having fun with it. It's more experimental.
Right.
It's for personal reasons. What I do on the Rossi is paid for. Everything else, people aren't paying me to do it.
Right.
People aren't even like expecting me or demanding me to do it. But I'm doing it because I want to, because I like them, and because I like doing those things. Okay, so here's the difference. You're the goal.
Right.
So like you got a goalpost and you're kicking for it.
In Trent's terms.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's making me watch football.
Oh. Alright.
For me, it's the reason I kick the ball.
Okay.
So you're about the goal.
About getting there.
Yes.
You're about the trajectory. How it gets there. Why you're hitting it.
Yes, why I'm hitting in the first place. I'm not hitting with it. Okay, actually, how about yeah, you're a goal. You're a game that has goals. I'm a game of like, how far can I kick the ball?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
A feat of something.
So, let's say in one case,
You're doing it for the performance aspect and not the result. And what is gained from the performance? In this very specific Trent-based analogy,
I'm just confused what you mean by performance.
the result. The
Oh, okay, that kind of performance. Because I thought you meant like performance, like show performance. So you lost me a little. I get it, but yeah.
No, you hit it, you kick the ball to see how it goes. You kick the ball to see how far it goes. You do it because
I like kicking the ball.
your game is lawless.
Yeah? Or, like, you know, when you're young and, like, you don't... Or, okay, never mind. I can't really say that to you because you're from Halo.
Try.
Well, you know, you're young and they just give you toys and they don't tell you how to play with them.
A test, yes.
Well, it's not even a test, but it's like... You get a toy. You don't know, like... There's no, like, rules to a game that they give you.
Right.
So, however you end up playing with the toy, it's because you figure out your way of how to play with the toy in a fun way.
Oh. You're right, we don't come from the same place at all.
Exactly. But, like, so, like, for me, so, like, say, because, like, so, taking comparison, like a ball. In this case, we've been using the comparison of, like, kicking the ball.
Right.
In the case of Trent. But for me, when I was young, on my planet, we didn't have a lot of like open space to run around. So what we would do with like really light balls is that we would just hit them into the air and then we'd see how long we can keep them off the ground.
Okay.
So like it's one rule. It's really simple. Hit the ball and keep it off the ground. That's the only thing about it. But like you can do anything to keep it off the ground.
But it didn't have any purpose why you're doing it. It wasn't to teach you the dynamics of gravity.
No.
Or the arc that the ball creates.
Yeah, it was just because it was fun. And it like, yeah, it's because it was fun. And we were moving our bodies around.
So,
And it was a game that we could play in an alley or anywhere. We just had to have a ball.
the place you come from,
It's a lot different than Halo.
it seems concurrent with the cultures of others. I won't remark on the usage of time or how inefficient it is,
But
because it is a different culture that I was not raised in.
I can see the butt in your face.
But
There it is.
it's just inefficient. There's nothing to gain from it. And I know what you're going to say, because others have said it. Oh, we gain fun, we gain entertainment. Well, you can find entertainment in something you're passionate about, really.
Well, yeah, but like for us, I guess like there's that, but also like it was a way that we could spend time with our friends. There's a social aspect of it that we enjoyed.
You really thought you came to something that I would relate here. But...
No. I knew that you wouldn't relate, but I knew it was terms that you'd be able to understand.
Yes. It was a parasocial relationship.
Yes.
I see.
Kids find a ball, and there's not a lot of room to play,
Mm-hmm.
so they decide to play a game which we just keep the ball in the air.
Right.
So that's me when I do stuff.
You keep the ball in the air.
Yeah, because I like to.
There's no point to it. There's nothing really you're looking for. It's just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
And you're a game with like rules and goals.
Yes. But the rules are variable based on what takes place. I am not a creature that lacks spontaneity.
Yeah. Well, the rules in this case is like you do stuff and this happens, and like at the end of it is the goal that you have in place.
Yes, even if a new goal sometimes takes precedent over another.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think that would be a fair,
Analogy.
comparison. It makes it especially a difficult situation when you want to know what's on my mind. Here it is. I am having trouble achieving my work right now. I can't look at it. And that's very frustrating because I very much like achieving what I want. I have something, I have my projects. I would like to finish my projects to their best ability. But that's fucking difficult when I can't look at them, can I?
Yeah. Why can't you look at them?
Because they make... It's just difficult.
You were gonna say something else. Grimace not recording.
Because they make me sick.
Out of character, I'm covering Sir Hamson's ears.
It cannot hear this.
Ears and eyes.
Okay.
And this isn't an issue that I'm asking you to help me work through right now. You wanted to know what was on my mind, and that's...
I was kicking the ball. But you want to talk about it? Oh, so do you want some ice cream?
No, I'm fine. Thank you. Unless that's Wrath asking out of character. Then yes.
It's both.
Yes, I would love some ice cream.
So, pause the recording.
Okay.
Hana had said that it boils down to his work makes him sick.
Oh yeah, that's it. Let me know when to go.
I think we're good.
Then he's...
And Mindy had asked if he wanted to talk about it.
Oh yeah, that was it. Out of character, sorry, 1 second. Okay, we're good. Wow, that sucked.
Baby bark?
No. He was like spasming, so I literally couldn't get words out.
Oh god.
God, fuck.
Do you want more water?
Oh, I'm okay. Just There we go. Okay, I should be okay. Just didn't want to swallow. He says, it isn't something that can be talked through.
No, I don't imagine, but I don't know, when I sometimes talking about it might help, or at least, like, you know, well, how I see it is like, if something just stays in your head, then nothing happens. If you get stuff out of your head some way, then it helps.
This is why we have an arbiter.
I guess, but
I understand you do not seem to be a particular fan of Lauren, but she does her job well.
yeah, but I just don't get, like, why you'd have to go to a specific person.
So you do not burden others with the weight of your
Okay.
issues. And that isn't me saying I don't think you can take it. Nor is it me being
Facetious?
pitiful. It is simply there are certain people approved to take this weight, and it is my duty to work through my issues
Mm-hmm.
how I am aware I can.
Okay.
There's just been an upstanding amount of violence recently. That's all it really boils down to.
And so your weapons have been used to commit that violence.
Not necessarily. I mean, maybe. But it's just the tools I make are ideally in a perfect world, a perfect galaxy, in a perfect existence, not used on people.
Mm-hmm.
When we're shooting at a bot or something that doesn't feel but is still a threat.
Man, how do you think Hana would react to them being used on their corpse?
It's gonna be interesting.
Sorry, continue.
No, you're fine. When you shot at a bot or something that cannot feel, to disable it, to protect everyone, the whole, they are being used for the purpose they were created. When they're used to damage a target from far away, structurally, they are being used for their purpose. And they're being used to help aid in training one's aim. They're being used for that purpose. And I'm sure that there are people who say that a gun is used to kill. That is their purpose. I don't agree, and I don't like looking at my work and being reminded that that's what others use them for.
Out of character, by the way. Since it's hot, I'm just gonna like patty cake your hands.
That's fine.
Yeah. This is what Mindy's doing to Hana.
Okay. It is a grim reminder. Right now. It's fresh. So. Well, there you go. It's nothing that you can fix. It's nothing I can fix. But I can work through it, and I will.
And that's why we have an arbiter.
And that's why we have an arbiter. It's just, I have a lot of time now that I want to be dedicating to my projects, and I genuinely can.
Can I make a suggestion?
You can try.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll make the suggestion. It's up to you if you want to accept it or not.
Okay.
Think about this time as you recharging.
This isn't recharging for me. This isn't relaxing.
No. It doesn't have to be relaxing, but it's still like time away. I know it's like stressful for you right now, but with your goal-oriented mind, sometimes you gotta give the players a break so that they can keep playing later. You can. I'm sure that you will be able to work through this. Just because that's how determined you are, and like you love doing it. But like, I don't know. You're not useless.
I don't think I am. I
But-
never have thought so.
But like with your whole with your current state of inactivity and being unable to like and your own work making you sick, just take the time to like work through it and don't feel we went through a terrible thing.
Right.
It's not unusual for people to go through, after effects.
That is true.
That is my suggestion.
I will take it into account. There are some projects I can still, for the most part, continue without it bothering me. Your gloves, for one. So I will be possibly grabbing your measurements and continuing on that once the workshop doesn't feel especially uncomfortable.
Do you want to use my workshop a bit? Because I don't have weapons in mine.
That could be arranged, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That could work.
And I can basically work anywhere with a data pad. Or we can just work together.
Your lower workshop, correct? In engineering?
Yes. There's my that's my workshop, and then there's my bed.
I think the lower workshop.
Well, as in
probably be
yes,
better.
as in yes, I do work. I can work in multiple places.
Right. Well, if this is something you are alright with, then yes, I think I will.
I
Take you
wouldn't
up
be
on that.
offering if I wasn't.
Valid point. Then yes, I'll move my things over and we'll get to work on that. And I honestly, being in your space would help, considering the project directly involves you, so your feedback is most appreciated. And we can do a direct compare and contrast with the gauntlets you currently have.
I gotta say, the gauntlets I currently have are pretty nice.
They're not going to be as good as this.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that I have standards now.
Good.
And I am expecting you to surpass this.
I will exceed them. Already, I know I will, because you have to aim with your current gauntlets. I've noticed that.
Yeah, ideally, I'm just punching with them.
And you will. We need to adjust the power out supplied right now, though. The amount outlet, because currently it's too much. Far too much.
Okay.
Break your arm in half. Accidentally.
Recoil. Okay, so recoil.
No. The external force towards another is far too much.
Yeah,
Your
to the
arm-
point that my arm wouldn't be able to take it, so the recoil.
No. The arm that's breaking isn't yours. Someone else. Say you just give them a small push.
Oh,
Yes.
that's not too bad, but that's not like
That
the
is too
idea.
bad. That is not good.
That's not the idea.
I broke a table just by it's a bit strong. It needs to be brought back a little bit. It needs to be controllable so that you don't flex your hands and accidentally take out a wall.
Yeah. I mean, being able to take out a wall if you had to like get through a wall in an emergency would be handy, but that's why we have plasma cutters.
Yes. Well, I mean, it doesn't say that this won't be able to do that, but it needs to be able to do that on command and not I just sneeze
Oh god.
and
I just need I need it to itch.
yeah, God forbid you scratching it. No.
Oh boy.
No. Oh, he wouldn't say God forbid. He'd say forbid you scratch an itch. Keep forgetting he never says God.
Think about it like cats.
I mean, no, Castle uses all that shit all the time. So yes, that is how that is going. Otherwise,
Neat. Any other projects you think you could do?
I'm just tending my plants. But that can only, I mean, they need water in the morning.
You could
A
try
little
and set
bit
up
in
an
the
automated
afternoon.
watering system.
I like watering them.
Well, yeah, but for like if we're off shift.
I could.
Or you could like build something, like a nice like shelf arrangement thing, like a rack for them.
You want me to assemble a shelf for them?
I mean, it's doing something with your hands, and it'd be arranging them in a way that's aesthetically pleasing.
You know what? You're right. I'm going to build a shelf. He gets up. He just paces for a second.
Have fun! Let me know if you need help moving anything into my room.
That's creepy.
Hana, have you ever considered going to Home Depot?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good way to call it.
That was adorable. Absolutely adorable.
Hana, we aren't going to be able to fix it. Mindy.
Can't fix it, but I can help you reframe.
Yeah.
And make you feel
Aww.
I didn't expect it to end that suddenly, but you gave him a project. He was like, "You're right. I'm gonna make a fucking shelf."
It was too good of a
Why not? Why not? Just do it.
I gotta put it in his notes now that he's gonna
Seize
build
your
a shelf.
dreams.